bags from Prada. Rolling up.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Boom, all day.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes, and he's going to go down again. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
We go to the ready, and show. 10, under 10, 10. Tight dog. 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Check.
From the 44, Goff. 20. It's caught by Aguilar. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain there of 30 big ones.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
He's checking crap.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now Goff on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
DC. Check 43. Check 9.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd and 14 coming up. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops?
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 14. Undercut.
On first down, gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Goff completes it to Aguilar. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Super 66.
2nd and 10, Goff again. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
You got nothing today. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hardball. Check 50. Check.
3rd and long. It's gone. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. That's complete to John Ross. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best.
They've got his man complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line.
He's checking.
Here's Grant. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged, how big a mistake and when it occurs.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. What can they... The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kalen Ballage. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just 1 play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Check 37. Check 37. Kill. And turn.
On first down, it's Grant, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Goff buying time to his left. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
25. 2 for 1. Hey, watch it. Hey, check 24.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
56. Hey, I-7. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Orange. 36.
Throwing on third. Goff. Aguilar has it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 30 yards there. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
From the red zone now, Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go. 76. 76. Check hot.
They will run with Grant. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Joe Schobert gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They run it with Balaj. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it.
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And the Browns getting set to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Following the fumble recovery. Gone. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yo. Pressure. Safety's creeping. No. Check the backer.
Now a give, right side. Grant. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on.
Base here. And the forced fumble to too happy with that score late in the game with it already.
About that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And it was the Packers able to come away with a victory. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
We go tonight. 120. Listen. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Hey, Echo. He don't want it. 44. Mike, 44. Watch the slant. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Drop deep. Deuce. Hey, lift. Switch.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Go. I'm coming. Switch. Go. Lucky. Super. 44.
Goff going to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not saving, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist.